Hello boys and girls, how's everybody doing? Me, I'm doing alright, and today we're going to do a review. This is Yakuza Dead Souls for the PlayStation 3. This is a very interesting game. I don't mean interesting the way you think interesting it is, because it's not that kind of interesting. It's a different kind of interesting. But anyway, let's talk about the story of this game. So, the story of Yakuza Dead Souls starts out with Kiryu Kazuma, who is a former Yakuza that now runs an orphanage. Very interesting. So, one day, he gets a call from a mysterious person and he has kidnapped his niece and he wants Kazuma to come to the city and get her. Of course, there is also a zombie invasion / outbreak going on, but before Kazuma gets to the city, you see the story from different characters' points of views. You have Akiyama, the loan shark, then you have Majima, who is a Yakuza and a construction worker. Two jobs in this rough economy, very hard worker. Ryuji, a former rival of Kazuma, who also has a machine gun hand, very normal. And of course, closing it out is Kiryu Kazuma for the finale. So by the time Kiryu comes back into the story, you should have a good idea of what is going on. Now, I am a huge fan of the Yakuza series. I have played most of the games in the series, and one of the best parts of this game series for me has always been the story. Now, usually that is one of the strong points, and it's also a strong point here. However, the story here is not interesting. It shows promise, and it's kind of cool to see how the Yakuza guys react to the zombies, but it is lacking. It is very predictable, and honestly, the whole thing, if you really think about it, is kind of stupid, but it has its charm, so it's enjoyable in its own weird way thanks to the characters. But you gotta realize the whole zombie outbreak thing is a little overdone, especially in video games these days. I'm just being honest.
Oji-san.
No, Mara! Oishii gochusou ya de!
Now, the first thing I noticed when I finally got control of a character were the controls. They are terrible. Why are they so terrible? I'll get back to that, but let me explain what you do in this game. You see, there's a zombie outbreak going on and it's your job to shoot them. How original. Yeah, that's actually very original, honestly. So, you play as 4 different characters, however, it feels like you're playing as one character. Let me explain. Each character controls the same, uses the same skills and weapons, and when you are done playing as one character, all the levels, skills and weapons and items carry over, so though there are 4, you really are playing as one character. The only thing that sets them apart are their default weapons. Akiyama comes with dual pistols, Majima a shotgun, Ryuji a Gatling gun, and Kazuma a powerful sniper rifle that is the most powerful weapon in the game. But of course, it doesn't really matter since you can buy the weapons each character does not start with. Now, back to the controls. Remember I said that this is a gun shooting game? Usually, Yakuza is a fist fighting game, but yeah, they use guns. The gun system doesn't work too well in this system. I mean, even the game knows it. That's why melee combat in this game controls and plays better. But yeah, the controls just give you a hard time. There is an automatic mode in which you move and shoot, and an aiming mode in which you aim down and shoot zombies, but you cannot move, and to make it more confusing, you do the aiming with the left stick instead of the right stick. And oh, the camera is always fighting with you, and oh, the zombies are way faster than you and will overpower you if you are not too careful. I did not think it was possible to mess up a shooting game control, but it is. Yeah, you will never get used to the controls, but you will manage. Well, I manage. I don't know about you if you're going to manage, but you can manage. It's not that hard. But the game can be fun when it works, but it can be annoying and tedious as well. Boss battles can be very annoying, and especially the controls and the boss battles end up being longer than they need to be. So what do you do in this game? You go from point A to point B, shooting zombies, and usually at the end you fight a boss. You can buy weapons in between and do side quests, but they suck. It basically involves you going into a special zone, shooting the same respawning zombies and looking for someone in this zone to do the side quests. It gets tedious really quickly, and did I mention the zombies respawn after you come back to the area you left. Keep this in mind when you're trying to leave the zone. It gets old real quick, and does not help the characters all play the same. That's really boring. So anyway, what did I like about the game? I like when the game works, and so will you, but we don't know that if you're gonna buy the game yet. So keep it simple, and then you shoot zombies flawlessly. That's when the game works perfectly. But it really gets annoying as you get farther in the game, as more zombies begin to appear, and it's also when more slowdown appears. It's really bad. And the quicktime events are atrocious, so are the controls, but I already said that. Graphics, I wouldn't say they're the most impressive graphics, but they're okay. The cutscenes look very sharp. The music is kind of catchy, and the voice acting is in Japanese with English subtitles, so there's a lot of reading involved. Now, I got to be honest with you, this is not the best game in the whole wide world, but it's not the worst game in the whole wide world either. This is a very mediocre game. It seems to fall short of what it wants to achieve. It could have been a decent game, and it does have some redeeming moments, but it is not enough. There are so many better zombie games better than this. Now, why would you play this over those games which clearly this game ripped off from? Now, if you want to play a good shooting game that was made by the same people who made this game, I recommend you try out Binary Domain. It doesn't have zombies, but it has robots, and it's actually a pretty good game, unlike this one. I actually did a review of it, so you can watch that on my channel if you want to watch that. It's just an option, but you don't have to watch it. But it'll be nice if you watch it. But you know, who knows? Well, whatever. Play this one if you're bored and got nothing else to play. You know. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.